Next tonight, a charity fighting furniture poverty is warning that more than 400,000 people across our region are living without basic furniture or even appliances.
It is calling on the government to make local welfare assistance mandatory in every council area to help people afford essentials like beds, sofas and fridges.
End Furniture Poverty says many of the schemes have now disappeared, leaving around 18 million people across the country unable to access any support. Catherine Walker reports.
Getting the keys to your new home should be exciting. But for Les, it just caused more problems when he found himself without a washing machine. Last month, he was given one by a local charity, but with his bills piling up, he can't afford to get it plumbed in.
So I'm on benefits, right, and obviously I couldn't afford a washer. I think washer costs about, what, 300 quid or 350 or whatever. I depend on my daughter, basically. I give her money for electricity, for doing me washing. I know, like, being a scrounger, because only, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
Furniture poverty is a growing problem, affecting 434,000 people in the east of England. As shown in these real-life examples, this means they don't have basic essentials like dining tables, beds, ovens and even carpets. Those in crisis should be able to get help from the local welfare assistance scheme run by councils. But budget cuts mean this safety net is disappearing. And last year, 48 local authorities in England had no scheme at all. Without a nationwide approach, local charities like Cambridge Reuse are left plugging the gap.
We are seeing an increase, sadly, for those in most need, because even when people are given temporary accommodation, very often there's nothing in there, not even flooring. So it's pretty much starting from the base and building up and helping them to improve their lives going forward.
Furniture can transform people's lives, turning once empty houses into safe homes. But until crisis support is protected by local councils, charities warn that those most in need will be trapped in a cycle of furniture poverty. Catherine Walker, ITV News.
Well, let's speak to Claire Donovan, Director of End Furniture Poverty. Claire, a very serious issue this, isn't it? Why is the situation so bad in our region?
I think, we've had COVID, we've had the cost of living crisis. Things have been very, very difficult for families. People have had to use up their savings and go into debt just to meet day-to-day living costs. So there's no cushion there for those unexpected expenses, such as a fridge freezer breaking, for example. Meanwhile, only about 2% of our social homes are let as furnished. So that's the housing that's there for our most vulnerable citizens, are completely empty boxes, no appliances, no furniture. This could be people fleeing domestic abuse. It could be people moving from homelessness. And a lot of the support that used to be there for furniture and appliances now focuses on food and fuel. So it's much harder to lift yourself out of furniture poverty.
And of course, it increases people's anxiety and has a huge effect, doesn't it, on not just physical health, but mental health, when you think that you don't have something there that you really need in your house.
Absolutely. It's the day-to-day basics, not being able to get a good night's sleep because you haven't got a bed, not being able to store and prepare fresh food because you haven't got a fridge freezer or you haven't got a cooker. And many people need fridges to store medication as well. I mean, just look around your home and imagine your kitchen with gaps in the work surfaces where the appliances should be, going upstairs and having to put your clothes in bin bags because you haven't got a wardrobe, sleeping on the floor, not having a sofa to sit together as a family. There's a real stigma attached to furniture poverty as well. Sadly, people feel embarrassed. They don't want to invite family and friends into their homes. So that all leads to isolation, which exacerbates those mental and physical health impacts.
So how do we go about ending things, making things better? Is it appealing for people to donate more or companies to help?
I think the very first thing we need to do is to require all social landlords, that's councils and housing associations, to let at least 10% of their stock as furnished. And we need the government to make them do it. We've created a furniture rental scheme to help landlords. We can offer landlords lots of help, but really we need the government to give them that push.
Claire Donovan from End Furniture Poverty, thank you very much for talking to us about this serious subject today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the government says it is committed to tackling poverty, and councils can use its £1 billion Crisis and Resilience Fund to help people.
Yeah, and the Local Government Association, which speaks for councils, says its members top up government funding for households, but recognise in many places there are high levels of need that they're struggling to meet.
Oh, by the way, the new series